A golf ball drops, hits dominoes, which then triggers the golf ball to roll down the slow path with the crayons. As it reaches the bottom, it's going to hit the lever, which knocks the marble, triggers a mousetrap, which rips tape off of the bottle of water, and the bottle of water starts dripping water into the cup. This will take about 40 seconds. As you can see, the cup is attached to a pulley. The more water is added, the more weight it pulls down on the pulley, which in turn will end up lifting the clothespin with tape on it and also with clay on it. Once that is lifted, the car will roll down, hit the pinwheel, spin it to drop then the battery and have the battery slide down the ramp. Right now.
At the start of my project, you can see it begins with a pulley system. The first energy transfer is when the left side of the pulley goes down and then hits into a water bottle that will spill water into a funnel. After that, on the other end of the pulley, it'll go up and hit into a ramp that triggers a domino system. This is the second energy transfer. Then the domino will fall off the ramp and hit a car that is taped down to the ramp below it. And this will be the third energy transfer. Once the car goes all the way down the ramp, it'll hit a small Lego contraption that is holding down a Hot Wheel truck. This will be the beginning of the fourth energy transfer. The truck is connected to two other cars with a string, so it will lead the other two off the ramp and down into a container under the dinosaur that is held up under a switch. Once there is enough weight from the dripping water and the cars, the switch will be turned on, making the dinosaur pull the string to its right. This will start my partner's project.
To start my Rube Goldberg, I pull a string that is holding up sugar that once I pull a string will pour into a red Solo cup, which is taped to a lever that is keeping a toy monster car from driving into the cereal box, which then hits down the cake box, and then the cake box hits down a wooden block that is holding apart two different blocks with a rubber band stapled to both ends of them. So then the block gets hit, and then the two blocks with the rubber bands attached to them hit each other, which then releases a hammer which swings down, hitting the beverage cans, and then beverage cans hit each other and then knock over the dominoes.
Okay, so here the dominoes all fall over, causing this marble to fall down the track. The marble enters a funnel, at which point, once it reaches the bottom, it'll impact the secondary marble that is taped to the bottom of the funnel. The tape on one side is attached less, so that it eventually falls off and is hanging by one side. Because of the gravitational potential energy of the marble, eventually that'll work against the adhesion on the tape, and eventually the marble will fall, hitting this train, which is attached to a lever that will tip over a cardboard tube that acts as a cup holding another marble. The third marble will lead into Alyssa's project.
Alex's project led into mine with the yellow marble. It then set off a trigger mechanism that then allowed a marble to spin around a wooden dowel. This then hit a marble holder that set off my marbles on my marble track, which sent off a steely, which then hit a magnet, which triggered a marble that was connected by a spoon to roll down a ramp that I created, to then hit a battery, which then hit dominoes, which then went in a loop in order to gain enough momentum to knock over a cup filled with sugar. Once the sugar was tipped, it started to fill up another cup, which is the last cup needed in order to tilt that piece of cardboard at the top that holds my golf ball. Once this piece of cardboard was tilted enough, the golf ball then ran down the PVC pipe and then onto the paper towel rolls. It does take quite some time because I did start with not a lot of sugar in the initial cup, and this was to slow it down so then it would take the proper time it needed in order to have a reaction. Once it is released, the golf ball will roll into the cup at the end.